Well, politics is my passion, certainly social justice issues. And for the last 40 years, I give one day a week to traveling around the country, supporting candidates or causes, et cetera. So I always do this. And obviously, this presidential election is, I would say, the most important in my lifetime. And the reason I say that is because it's the first time in my life that we've had a person run for president from a major party that is opposed to the idea America, that in a sense, metaphorically, would replace the Statue of Liberty, which says, come on in, equal justice for everybody. We don't care what your religion is. We don't care where you're from. This is a land of opportunity. Kind of wants to replace that by building a wall and shutting out the rest of the world and shutting us off from the rest of the world. And that is so un-American and so prejudicial. And what Trump says about Hispanics and Muslims and African Americans and, tomorrow what other group will it be? Women. You shouldn't run for president if those are your views. If those are your views, it's a free country, you can have them. But don't become a leader of our country when you're opposed to the idea of what America stands for. Well, first of all, they're going to school here, a school that has great history. My first association with Central State was back in 1961. I was a freshman in college, and there was someone who was going to school here as a student, either a freshman or a sophomore, and his name was David Fankheimer. And he was one of the people that answered a call for freedom riders. So he came from this college, went down to Mississippi on the freedom rides to register African Americans to vote. And that iconic picture that you see in textbooks today of the bus down there in Mississippi burning and the people coughing on the side of the road and being hit over the head with sticks. He was one of those kids. And so he stood up for racial justice. He stood up for wanting America to be what we say we are, to be the best we can be. And they can be part of that history. And we still have the same issues today, so we can make the world better, and the students should get involved in that too. Well, there's no question that the notoriety you get from being in show business gives you a platform. It's the same thing with athletes. In America, sports and entertainment are the two most visible platforms to speak about anything. And that's why a lot of, Jackie Robinson, led the fight, really was the precursor to the civil rights movement. And, Muhammad Ali. So we see that in sports, and we certainly see it in entertainment. In fact, we have an entertainer who's running for president of the United States. So that's not shocking that would be the case, and I'm aware of that. But, show business is how I make a living, but it doesn't reflect my beliefs. You can be a truck driver. That doesn't define whether you're going to be a liberal or conservative. It means you're good at driving a truck, and whatever or what your religion's going to be. So your personal beliefs have, very little to do with what your job is. I keep those separate. No, I'm 72, and I don't need to have an office. I'm not looking for a job. I just believe in these things, and I'm an American citizen, which I take seriously. I'm an immigrant, so I've taken that seriously my whole life. And I think it's the job of every citizen to somehow contribute to the political dialogue. And so I just get involved as a citizen. I'm not running for office. I'm not seeking anything in return. I have a wonderful life. I'm very lucky. The American dream certainly has worked for me. And I just do this because I think it's important for America. Well, most of my family was exterminated in the concentration camps of Nazi Germany. And, my parents survived it, went to England where my sister and I were born, and then when I was 5 years old, they came to America because they really did believe in the Statue of Liberty. They believed in the American dream. And so that's very much embedded in me, ingrained in me. And I think that accounts for my liberalism, because we've seen discrimination at its worst. And I know how easily we can go down that slippery path. So when I see anybody start to make bigoted statements or anti any ethnic group, anti any religion, say there's no room for you in America, to me that is such a sacrilege to the idea of America that it is incumbent on all of us to stand up and say, whoa, this is America. People can have any religion they want. They can have any belief they want. We will protect that. We will protect that right. You are welcome in our country. And that's why our sons and daughters fight and die for this country, because of that idea. If we destroy that idea, then what have they all died for?